Good evening and welcome to Rslpf News at 5 for today, Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. I'm WSPC Zaid Romulus. We begin with news that the Major Crimes Unit is investigating the homicide of a 26-year-old British national whose body was discovered along the Gara-Babono Road on Tuesday evening. Assistant Superintendent of Police with responsibility for the Northern Division, Eldon Henry, has more on this incident.
On Tuesday, the 28th day of October 2025, about 10:50 p.m., the police received a report of a lifeless body at Gara-Babono. Officers from the Babono police station responded and confirmed the report. Officers on the scene observed a male individual lying in the road with apparent gunshot wounds about the body. He was later pronounced dead on the scene by a medical practitioner. The body has since been identified as 26-year-old Rslpf O'Flaherty, a British national who resides in Anguilla. An investigation has been launched into the circumstances surrounding this incident. The police are asking members of the public who have any information regarding this incident to call the Major Crimes Unit at 456-3754 or 456-3756. Persons wishing to make an anonymous report can call the police hotline at 555 or make a report via the Rslpf Crime Hotline app.
Meanwhile, the Criminal Investigations Department is investigating a shooting incident that occurred in Mondador Castries about 9:10 p.m. on the evening of Monday, October 27th. According to preliminary investigations, the victim, a 41-year-old minibus operator, had just dropped off passengers when two unidentified individuals approached his minibus. One of the suspects allegedly discharged a firearm, injuring the victim. Despite his injuries, the victim managed to drive away and seek assistance. He sustained a single gunshot wound, resulting in injuries to the shoulder, chest, and arm. He is in stable condition. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force continues to investigate the circumstances surrounding this incident and urges anyone with information to contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 456-3770 or the nearest police station. Anonymous tips can also be submitted by calling the crime hotline at 555 or through the Rslpf Crime Hotline app. And in other news, a Ports police officer has been charged in relation to a $1.3 million narcotics seizure at the Castries port. Inspector Siobhan Matthew of the Gangs Narcotics and Firearms Unit has the details.
On the 16th of July 2025 at 2:30 p.m., officers from the Gangs Narcotics and Firearms Unit and the Customs and Excise Department executed a control operation at Shed 6 at the Castries seaport. The operation targeted a shipping barrel. During the inspection process, Port Police Constable No. 4 Yannick Leon, employed with the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, presented a fraudulent letter of authorization purporting to grant permission to clear the barrel on behalf of the consignee. A detailed search of the said barrel was conducted, resulting in the discovery of 19 sealed metal cans. Upon examination, 18 of those cans were found to contain 14 packs of cannabis resin, and one can contained 4 packs of the said cannabis resin. The investigation resulted in the seizure of 266 packs of cannabis resin with a cumulative weight of approximately 26.8 kilograms. The street value of the seized controlled substance is $1,340,000 Eastern Caribbean. The suspect was arrested at the scene, cautioned, and transported to the Centralized Community Safety Center for detention. He was later released pending further investigation. Following the initial interdiction, a protracted investigation was undertaken by the Gangs Narcotics and Firearms Unit. This investigation involved extensive evidence gathering, forensic analysis, and collaboration with partner agencies. As a result of the evidence obtained, which substantiated the initial suspicion and revealed further criminal conduct, The gang's Narcotics and Firearms Unit executed and rearrested the suspect Yannick Leon on the 27th of October 2025. On Wednesday, the 29th of October 2025, Mr. Leon was charged with the following offenses: uttering a fraudulent document under Section 263 of the Criminal Code of St. Lucia, forgery, contrary to Section 262 of the Criminal Code, fraudulent evasion, contrary to Section 116 of the Customs Act, importation of a controlled drug, and possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply to another under the Drug Prevention and Misuse Act of St. Lucia. He was taken before the 1st District Court, where he was remanded into police custody until the 9th of December 2025. This case underscores the importance of interagency cooperation and the use of a sustained investigative follow-up to move from initial seizure to successful prosecution.
Meanwhile, a 42-year-old resident of Rose Hill Castries, Salim Charles, has pleaded guilty to drug possession charges. Charles appeared before the Magistrates Court on Thursday, October 23, 2025, where he admitted to charges of possession of cannabis and possession of cannabis resin with intent to supply. The charges stem from a police operation on Wednesday, July 17, 2025, during which officers conducted a search at Charles's residence in Rose Hill Castries. The search uncovered 726 grams of cannabis resin and 50 grams of marijuana, with an estimated street value of $29,000. Charles was arrested, taken into custody, and subsequently charged. He was fined $25,000 by the court. Of that amount, $10,000 must be paid within 8 months, the first $5,000 due in 3 months, and the remaining $5,000 within 5 months. Failure to pay the fine will result in 6 months imprisonment. An increase in vehicular collisions has prompted an urgent appeal from the Department of Road Safety and Traffic Investigations. The appeal follows a fatal 3-vehicle collision along the Vieux-Fort-Labrie Highway over the weekend. That collision claimed the life of 4-year-old Ricky Samuel, a student of the Bus La Grace Combined School. Motorists are being called on to exercise greater caution behind the wheel.
The Department of Road Safety and Traffic Investigations is making an urgent call to all motorists following recent occurrences in serious vehicular collisions in the north and south of the island. Several of these incidents have resulted in tragic and senseless loss of life. The department reminds all road users that reckless driving, speeding, and failure to exercise due care and attention continue to be major contributing factors to these very preventable tragedies. Every time a driver chooses to take unnecessary risks, overtaking unsafely, not yielding when being overtaken, racing, speeding, etc., they are not only endangering their own life, but also the lives of passengers, pedestrians, and other road users, someone's son or daughter, someone's sister or brother, mother or father, or someone's friend or partner. The Department of Road Safety and Traffic Investigations strongly encourages all motorists to practice responsible driving, adhere to traffic regulations, and make road safety your priority. When traveling with passengers, remember that you hold their safety in your hands. Considering the recent experiences in fatal collisions, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force commits to enhancing its road safety campaign, focusing on public education, enforcing operations, and community outreach aimed at promoting safer driving behavior across the island. We urge all motorists across the island to adopt the mindset of drive to save lives. Together, we can reduce collisions, prevent injuries, and protect our communities.
And finally, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force will host its monthly press conference tomorrow, Thursday, October 30th. Do subscribe and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for coverage. And that's RSLPF News at 5 for today on Wednesday, October 29, 2025. For more updates, follow the Royal St. Lucia Police Force on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And until next time, stay safe, St. Lucia.